I'm Crystal the Cottage Witch, and today I have a special guest. I have Miss Tiffany.
How you doing?
I'm doing good. So today for a Beltane, we're going to make some corn husk dollies, and it's going to be a very low-key video. We're just going to discuss witchcraft and make witchcrafts. Witchcrafts.
I dig it.
Witchcrafts.
So you're going to teach me how, right?
Yeah, I'm going to show you everything.
Okay.
So you have a towel for yours. I don't have a towel, so mine are going to be very, very wet.
Do you want to share? Because these are already drying pretty fast over here.
Are they really?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, then we'll just do it that way.
Yeah.
So what you're going to do is you're going to want to find 2 equal-ish pieces, and you want to separate them. Yeah.
Equal-ish pieces. Separated.
That's a blooper. All right, so you grab your corn husks and you want them separated. Be very gentle. You want to stretch them out individually as much as you can. If they rip a little bit, it's fine as long as they don't rip all the way down. All right, what colors do you want for yours?
Definitely black.
I feel that.
And I feel like maybe a little bit of pink or blue.
Yes, some Beltane colors. I'm going to show you what to do with this. You're welcome.
Yeah.
What you're going to do is you're going to go about halfway down from the top, or a few inches, a little less than halfway. And you're going to tie a knot. You want it tightish so everything comes together.
Lower, or is this good?
That's good. It's gonna be the head. So my head is gonna be about this size, give or take, folding it over. And I'm gonna make the god, and you're gonna make the goddess. So
Tightish.
yeah, that's fine. Because when it dries, it's gonna shrink. These are gonna be so simple to make. You're gonna be making so many of these after.
It'll be fun to make with kids too.
Oh yeah, totally. Beautiful. Now you're gonna separate those 2 pieces. And turn them like this. So the head is on the inside. Oh no, I ripped mine a little bit. Oh no.
My knot is not knotting.
Oh no!
Redo. Can you get this baby knot out for me over here?
I can.
Right at the top, we'll go down a little bit further. Oh, I didn't really do it. Oh, oops, I'm getting wet. Okay, way better.
Perfect.
Okay, flip it over.
Yep.
And try to not break it.
Yep. It's because they're still very wet. That's why, instead of being damp.
All right.
So then you kind of want to spread out. See how it makes a little flower? You can see the opening. And you want to make sure everything's tucked in nice. How big you want the head to be, that's where we're going to tie the next string. I already cut you a piece right here. Sorry. My sleeves are huge.
Really sleeves.
I'm making my head. So I'm going to tie it off right there. That's a good size for yours.
Looking like hair.
And we could totally add actual string hair to it too.
Take it. This one you might have to do. The string is a little bit too short here.
Oh, I got you.
With my long nails.
I got you.
I got the first one.
What first got you into witchcraft? Because I know when we met each other when we were 14, that was the one thing you're oh my gosh, you practice witchcraft?
Yes.
I practice witchcraft too.
Yes.
So what got you into that?
I've just always been drawn to stones, especially.
Yeah? Crystals?
Stones, yes.
Yeah, that's why we're friends, because that's my name.
I was definitely the kid making the potions in the backyard with the sticks and all the mud and all that stuff. And
Oh yeah.
yeah, absolutely.
Do you think that people are born witches?
I do believe that as you grow up, you get called to certain things. So you should always trust your gut. when you start off with rock collections and stuff like that as a kid, and you want to be a witch every single year for Halloween.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You know, that's like the path you need to at least try to go down and see what's out there for you, you know?
I know that there are some people out there that say the only way that you could be a witch is if you were born into a family of witches.
I've heard that, yes.
I personally don't abide by that. I don't think you are born a witch by that, but I think people are born witches.
I agree with that.
You know? Does that make sense?
You don't have to be born a witch, but there are people who are born witches.
Totally. Like they just, you know, right from the beginning. Because it echoes everything that you just said.
That's you, Boo-Boo.
Oh yeah. That's totally. That's you too, though. That's you too.
I'm trying to be.
Killing it.
Okay.
All right. You're doing amazing.
You're damn right. There are those witch bitches.
We are. Now, you're going to grab 2 more pieces.
Do they have to be big, small?
Well, we're going to rip them because you're going to figure out how big you want your arms to be. Because these are going to be for the arms. So I want my arms to be like... So I'm going to take off the thin bit. So I'm going to rip off the thin bit. At the end.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're folding it in half?
Yep.
I'm gonna rip off a little bit in the end because it's pretty even, but
Yeah.
there's some straggler hairs going on.
And I'm going to rip off right about here. It makes you feel like you're so strong because it's wet, so you're able to rip it like super easily, but it's so thick. Because you're just like, yes, yes, look at me.
Beautiful.
All right. And you roll it up.
I love the vibe right now.
You said you wanted some blue on yours, right?
Yes.
Because then we could cut up other different like pieces and add it in.
Amazing.
I'm trying to cut them like a little bit longer for you because your nails, and then afterwards we could trim them up. But you're only going to need those. I'll do green. So what you're going to do is at the very ends, just a little dot where the hands would be. Just a nice little double knot. Doesn't it almost look like spaghetti?
It does.
I don't know if it's because I'm Italian or not, but I'm just like, yo, this looks like spaghetti.
Are you getting the munchies for spaghetti?
I don't know. I just had a whole Thanksgiving toasted sandwich. You wouldn't think that I would, right? But apparently I am.
That sounds really good, though.
Oh, it's my favorite sandwich from D'Angelo's. Oh my gosh, my stomach made a noise again. But there was no microphone this close to it.
We're gonna see later on, huh? I can't wait to hear it.
Oh man. I couldn't edit it out of that other video. It was already in there and I didn't realize it until afterwards. So I was like, oh, well, you know what? Bodies make noises, so.
Yep. Nothing you can do about that.
Nope.
His arm's gonna be, one's gonna be bigger than the other.
Same with mine. It kind of came unrolled, so I was like, you know what? That's fine. It's totally fine.
Yeah. My goddess is gonna have huge arms.
Totally fine. More to hug, more to grab.
She's gonna be a thick goddess.
Oh, there's nothing wrong with that. All goddesses are thick.
Yes.
It's the famous sign of like goddesses, especially like fertility goddesses, and that's what Beltane and May Day is known for.
Is that right?
Yeah, it's a fertility festival.
Oh.
So it symbolizes the great marriage between the god and the goddess. It's also the other time where the veil is at the thinnest besides Samhain. It's the halfway point to Samhain.
Okay.
So it's also halfway between Ostara and Letha.
I did not know that.
Yep. So right now in the southern hemisphere, it's Samhain. It's Halloween. Getting closer to Halloween right now. So
That's cool.
that's why the veil is also at its thinnest.
Okay.
It happens twice a year. It doesn't just happen at Samhain. So now you know how we have our little split right here?
We're gonna go underneath.
Yes, we are. And if you were to like add anything to your dolls, especially right now, they're very wet, so I wouldn't recommend it. But this would be the part right before we tie off over here to where the arms are.
Mm-hmm.
This is where you would add everything, because this would be the heart of your doll. This is where you would add your herbs, your crystals, your hair, your dirt, anything like that.
Okay.
Depending on what type of doll that you would be making, you would add it into the chest cavity.
All right.
And how I make my baneful poppets, I do them like a different way than this, because just the body is a corn husk. I put sticks in the rest of it. That way if they need to be baneful or anything like that for whatever reason, or healing. You can make it look like there's bones either being broken or bones being mended or everything else like that. We've had a discussion about this before. You could tell.
Yeah.
All right. I gave you one more piece of blue.
She's got a big chest going on over here.
Nothing wrong with that.
Thick.
She a thick goddess.
Pussies.
She's thick.
I love everything about this already.
Really?
Yes.
Since I'm making a god, I'm going to be splitting the corn husk up to about here. That way I could just tie it off for legs. But if you're doing a goddess one, you would just keep it just how Tiffany has hers. I think mine's going to be shorter than yours.
You ever seen Steven Universe?
Actually, I don't think I have.
My daughter loves that show.
Really?
And there is an episode in there, and oh my gosh, what are they called? I forget what like their actual character is called, but they're the names of all crystals: garnet, pearl, and
I'm already in love.
And they fuse together and they make other crystals. So in one of the ones they sing a song, and Steven Universe is like, all I want to see is you turn into a giant woman. So here we are. Ma'am, you're looking stunning.
There you go. And then you could just poof out the dress a little bit and shape the dress. That way when it dries. And then you could trim all the extra, but then you could also add more string onto her. Oh yeah, she's thick. Look at that chest. She a thick chest.
Yeah, man. Get it, girl.
Do you think if we lived back in medieval times that we would be considered a witch?
Yes. We probably would have been not here anymore.
Yeah, I do that too, because like even without any type of practice, I have my mole. I have a mole right here, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And you have your mole.
Yep.
So we would automatically be considered witches.
Yep.
Without anyone even getting to know us, which is sad.
Yeah.
But like,
it would be true, but you know, everybody thinks I get a lot of it on my necklace, and they'll ask me, "Oh, is that like Satanist type stuff?" And I'm just like, "Oh my goodness!" But it's out of ignorance, not out of they don't know, and school doesn't educate you on that. Everybody thinks that because you're a witch, that means you automatically do hexing people, and that's all you do. And
it's very Hollywood, Yeah.
It's not all love and light, and it's not all dark. There's just so many different things and so many different aspects, and
preach.
Both of those, the good and bad side, are essential.
Witchcraft deals heavily with polarity, the balance.
Yep.
There is no. I know some people might think this is like a controversial opinion, but there's no exact definition of what exactly is white magic and what is, dark magic. Because sadly, like when someone says black magic, it has its roots in racism. It's just, there are some beautiful practices out there that people just don't fully understand. So automatically when someone says black magic, it paints an image of your head of like animal sacrifice and like weird symbols and drawings and certain practices. They do work with animal remains, or some of them will sacrifice animals because it's part of their practice, and they just automatically put out the connotation that everything is like that, and then since it's different, it's bad.
Pretty much. If it's different, it's bad. Doesn't matter if there is good points or not.
It's sad. It's heartbreaking because there's so much to. I try to learn about different religions as much as I can, because I think it's beautiful that people try to find a sense of community, and when they try to find a sense of community, they'll find it in something that speaks to them. So that's why some people with Christianity, the way they're drawn to it is because they agree with the messages. They agree with like the viewpoints of how things are. Some people need a little bit more of guidance, and there's like a lot of divine guidance in that type of aspect where some people are just naturally more free-spirited and free will. And for an example, that would be someone who's drawn to witchcraft or any of like the Wiccan paths per se too, because Wicca is again different than witchcraft. Wicca in itself is a religion. Witchcraft in itself is a practice. So, but I think it's beautiful to what people are drawn to. You know, like what is your sense of community? What is your sense of purpose? What made you want to go down this road and say, this is my faith, this is what I believe in? Like, to me, it's beautiful seeing what people choose,
no matter what it is.
But again, it all comes down to like a sense of community for some people, and that's why they're drawn to certain things, I feel. And I think you agree too.
I do. I grew up Catholic, so even though I was in the backyard, I mean, we went to Catholic school and things like that, but we didn't go to church. But you'd be amazed at how many different things in Christianity, might be controversial to say, but are just plain out witchcraft.
Oh yeah. Nope. A lot of people see the Bible as a giant spell book.
You know?
The first transition, everyone's like, thou shalt suffer... Oh wait, what is it? Thou shalt not suffer a witch, I believe. It was the King James. But the original translation was, thou shalt suffer a poisoner. It had nothing to do with witchcraft. And the Bible's definition of witchcraft is completely different than what is considered. And it talks about magical practices in the Bible. And again, some people see the Bible as a giant spell book. Not all, but some people do see it. There's a lot of connection. It made it easier for people to transition from one way of belief to another, with those pentacles were in churches for a long time, and pentagrams for a very long time, because think of the Vitruvian Man. I can't think right now. But Leonardo da Vinci, the man out like this, it's man-made perfect, and it's symbolic of the pentacle in and of itself. You have the spirit, you have the elements, everything else around you, and that was also, encompassed in churches.
Oh.
So it's all...
I did know about the pentacles and the pentagrams being on the windows of the churches and things like that. So I always find it a little bit funny when people ask me stuff like
about
that.
Like the pentacle?
Yeah. I wear it every day. I don't try to hide it. I even have, women will come up to me. There was a lady, I was just in Walmart, and she came up to me and she was just like, "Blessed be, sister." And I was like, "Oh my gosh, blessed be." She was like, "I would never wear any of my stuff out." I was like, "Why?" She's like, "Don't you think people would think weird of you?" Who cares?
Yeah, exactly. Why does it matter?
Who cares what people think? I was like, wear that shit, girl.
Rock it.
Wear it out.
Rock it. Be yourself.
Put it on.
No matter what.
Doesn't matter.
Nope. No matter what.
Whether you have a cross on, a pentacle,
Star David, anything. Never be afraid to be yourself, or whatever your truths are and your beliefs are. Stand up in that, because we are born ourselves. We literally cannot be anything else. You cannot be anything else. I was born Crystal. She was born Tiffany. You were born you. Yeah. You can't be anything else but yourself.
Yep.
And never be afraid of who that is. It's always like, it makes me annoyed, because it's like, I'm sorry, me living my life was such an inconvenience to you. You know what I mean? I didn't mean to make my dude say that. But this was my god that I made for Beltane.
We have a goddess.
So they can get married during Beltane.
Love you, babe.
I love you too. I hope you guys have a blessed Beltane and a happy May Day, and thanks for sitting for a very chill, relaxed video where we did witchcrafts.
Love it. Blessed be.
Blessed be. Thank you so much for coming and being part of this.
I love you.
Chill. I love you too. Oh.